Let's imagine that you're an OAP who's living in a care home and you sat in a chair, just, a generic wooden chair, not too comfortable, not too bad either, and you just sat there doing nothing. The nurse is coming across with a pot of pills for your afternoon, and after taking them, you just sat there thinking, what is my life now? What is the point of me living? And from there, you might ask yourself the question, what could I have done when I was younger and had more money and more time and the strength to go around and do stuff? Like, what should I have done then that I can't do now that I really wanted to do? That's sort of another way to tackle the question of what do I want to do in my future. But personally, for me, that doesn't really help me attack the essentials of either of those questions either way. But basically, for me, what's happening now is I got, the best grades I possibly could in these exams we just did. I'm not boasting, I'm just saying. I was slightly disappointed at some bits, but that's just me trying to be a perfectionist. But basically, what I need to do now is start looking, or rather, I should have looked over the summer at universities where I want to go and do a degree. Because I know I want to do a degree, and I want to do it in either chemistry or physics. And I decided on physics because the practical should be more interesting. I could get into more jobs with it. There's a few reasons, but basically I enjoy it more, and I did 1% better in the exams. But but yeah, the thing is though, I know I'm gonna hopefully enjoy university, and I need to look for a good one that's gonna suit me. But I'm just not getting the motivation for it, and like I'm gonna be there for 4 years, but I'm just not feeling that drive of happiness and looking forward to it. And to be honest, I don't really get that for anything really anymore. And if I do, it's usually before I go to sleep. I just get huge motivation to say, do a YouTube commentary that's gonna absolutely blow everyone's minds. Then when I wake up, I think, nah, I don't think anybody would like that. But yeah, that's the thing. I'm just struggling to find motivation that lasts long enough time for me to take effective action and get something done in the right way. And I mean, I'm because of science, I guess, I come from the point of view that the Earth is a tiny little insignificant thing in the universe, and there's basically no reason for us living or not, because we're all going to die in the end. Joy, and it's not a very nice thought, but ultimately it's going to be pointless what we're doing in our lives. So we may as well try and enjoy it as much as we can, and I think yeah, you can get enjoyment out of accomplishing long-term goals. For example, getting a first in your degree or a 2-1, or getting a new job. But mostly, I think satisfaction comes from short-term things. For example, gaming. You play a game, you do really well, you're happy for maybe a day. But it's not anything that's, well, it depends. But for me, I find I can get short-term motivation, but it disappears too quick. It's just not useful for me to have, really. And, you know, the question I started with, if you were an OAP, what would you have done to make your life more complete and feel full? I just don't know what to say for that, because, as I say, there's no point in me doing anything, really. But on the other hand, I don't want to be in a lazy asshole and do nothing for my whole life. I want to maybe, well, I want to get a good job that's interesting. It's about science and it keeps my mind going all the time. I don't want to let my mind just atrophy and, but it's just hard to find out what I want exactly. I mean, at the moment, I'm happy just procrastinating. Well, I'm not really happy, but I'm just sort of getting fun out of playing games, putting off my UCAS university stuff, which I should really go around to doing. I mean, I got a short burst of motivation, and I did a draft of my personal statement, which is just one A4 sheet saying about you, how you should, like, why you should get into a university, because you get to apply for 5. And I did a draft, and I would like to improve it and make it professional, but I'm just not getting that motivation to go and do it. So I think after I've done this commentary, I am going to sit down and spend a bit more time on that, because I've got some really good advice from my friends who are both in the year above, who just got into university, who I met on COD actually. But also, you know, other people and sources on the internet that have given me great advice. I know exactly how to do this thing, I just need to plan myself, prepare myself to do it, but, you know, I'm just not feeling enthusiastic about it, and I don't know, I guess it's the same with a lot of things, but at the moment, it's just, I'm procrastinating my, you know, what's going to happen to me the year after next, because it's just, you know, seems so long ago, so long away, and as I say, it is 4 years of my life I'll be at university, but I'm just like a very short-term person for most things. Not everything, just most things, especially motivation. So, you know, if you've got any advice for me about how to get motivated in both short and long term, because I'm still lacking short-term motivation, you know, I would be really appreciative, if that's a word, if you gave me advice, because, you know, I can learn stuff or do stuff when I want to. It's just getting that wanting to do it and keeping it. And, you know, I imagine there'll be a few of you in the same position as me, where it's like, oh, there's that really good book that I've started, but to get back into it, you have to read a few pages, and that's not very attractive. But, you know, once you're reading it super quick, it's really fun, interesting, better than any game you've played. But, you know, you're still trying to put it off and just read it, you know, when you're not doing anything else. But for me, by default, if I'm not doing anything, I'll go and play on a game, or see if anyone wants to have a game with me. I'm not like the person who says, okay, I've got some spare time, I'll go and read a book on quantum physics or the history of Great Britain, which are two books I've sort of half read the history one and not started the quantum physics one. But yeah, after a lot of rambling, my point is just this. Have you got any advice for anyone watching this video about how to get motivation? Because that is the first vital step towards accomplishing any goal, I think, really. And I mean, if you've got motivation, then your life's going to be happy, and you've got something to work for, and it's going to mean a lot to you if you can get to the end of your little journey, you know, and then that might lead on to another journey. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now. As I've said, drop a comment, just tell me what you think, because I don't know, I've tried thinking about it and it's not really helped me. I just feel insignificant compared to all the planets and stars, and, you know. Anyway, I'm not gonna depress you anymore. I'm gonna let you go away. Hopefully I've got some nice juicy Moab gameplay for you here. Thank you for watching. My mouth is frothing up with saliva because it's been such a long time since I've done commentary. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.